Whose parents have ever told you a wonderful story before you went to bed? A story of an ideal, courageous prince who surpassed all the hindrance and evil to win princess' heart. I'm the one of those kids who grew up with this kind of story, even though I never liked them. I found it boring talking about the perfect world with a happy ending or the utopia. Anyways, today, I'm going to tell you one story. But this story, one single story, is different. There's no prince or princess. This is a story of a normal boy who grew up with a hoe. The boy grew up in ordinary family in ordinary town. Unfortunately, poor boy. He had a bizarre illness called the hose. It all started from the first day he went to school. He saw his friend playing with new toys, and he wanted to have new toys too. Later that day, when he came back home, he found that there was a hole appear in his body. The boy has no ideas what's happening to him. He just know that it was embarrassing to have a hole on his own body. So he tried to find something to fill that hole and cover it up. Time passed until one day he went into the town. He saw many people in the town wearing a fancy clothes, while he still wore the same clothes that he had worn for many years. Suddenly, he noticed that he wanted to have those new clothes too, and he found that more holes appear in his body. Another time that he remembered was the time that he met such a beautiful girl. She took all his attention away. The boy wanted to get closer to the girl, but he thought it was nothing. He wanted to be brave, handsome, famous, rich, or whatever you can imagine what prince could be, in order to be worthy for the girl. And that was another moment that he noticed that his body was overwhelmed with holes. He faced this kind of situation countless times in his life. The holes kept appearing and sometimes wider than before. It made him thought that there was no way to cure this hole. Until one day, he noticed that it was not that embarrassing to have the holes, to have the size. He took a better look around people in the society. Actually, everyone has their own holes, their own desires. He is not the only kid who like toys. He is not the only citizens who love fancy clothes. He is not the only boy who crave for fame, money, or even love. He just needs to admit that he desires for something. And he is the one that dug up his hole on his own body. I mean, mental body. And that, most of the time, make him feel embarrassed or even incomplete. Let me have all your hands. Thank you. Humans are not perfect organisms. We already have holes since the beginning. You can see them between your fingers. But you have to know that when you're trying to grab more and more things in your life, even more and more things, by enlarging your hands to grab it, the holes are also widened. And that is the story of the boy who grew up with the holes. Also the story of the boy who's standing here right in front of you. Have a great sleep today, everyone. Thank you.